Last night's encounter with the American subchasers was truly terrifying. In the complete darkness of the moonless night and the fog, our watch crew was only able to spot them when they were almost on top of us. Disaster was just narrowly avoided. Unfortunately, we have no intel regarding the readiness and capabilities of the American ships patrolling their coastal waters. Now we at least know that some of them have really good hydrophone operators, or their hydrophones have very sensitive receivers. Otherwise, how could they have heard us after we submerged the periscope depth? Maybe they picked up the sound of water rushing into our ballast tanks. Regardless, they were immediately onto us and started banging away with ASTIC. So we know they have that. Everybody braced for depth charges, but none came. This tells us another thing about them. Either they didn't carry any depth charges, or they carried so few that they only use them when they have a very good fix on the submarine's position. Convoy escorts would have saturated the area with dozens of depth charges, hoping that at least one of them would explode close enough to the sub to do significant damage. But maybe the Americans are not allocating depth charges to their coastal patrols, or not in big enough numbers. Had we not slammed our stern into the seafloor, the encounter would have been entirely without repercussions for us. Thankfully, the seafloor in this area is sandy, and apart from a firm jolt going through the submarine and knocking a few things loose, nothing significant happened to us. We now continue our patrol, heading towards Boston. I hope that we will find more enemy merchant shipping that way. The damn fog has finally lifted, and the weather has cleared up a bit. We have decent visibility to the horizon. We just have to be vigilant of airplanes diving out of the clouds. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our amazing Silent Hunter 3 campaign with the OneAlex Edition. After last night's events, we are currently cruising in the Gulf of Maine, closing in on Boston. It is, well, it's the afternoon right now, 3:30. So the sun is slowly starting to go down, but my crew has just reported a ship somewhere out there. I don't see it. But let's turn that way. They might have better eyes than me. We'll turn that way. Let's bring the user to the conning tower. And we'll take a good look through its powerful optics. Let me just scan as we are turning here. Maybe I will spot something. Nothing. There is something. There is something. I see a mast and I see smoke rising. Okay, we do indeed have a ship out there in the fog. Where was it? There it is. We are slowly turning in towards it. Okay. So that's good. We finally found something. I honestly expected to find more shipping in the Gulf of Maine, especially as I'm getting closer to Boston. But we really didn't have much luck with that. Where did it go? I lost it. But it's alright, we are turning towards it. So we should be able to reacquire it as soon... Ah, there it is. We should be able to reacquire it as soon as we are sailing towards it, but I have already reacquired it. Is there another one? I don't see another one right now. 3, 4, 6. Okay. So there's now that one. There's one ship out there. Turn that way, increase our speed. I need to figure out what we are looking at here. What are you? I think it's something like a coastal vessel or something like that. Nothing big, because there's only one mast. And the mast seems to be really tall compared to the bridge structure below. So maybe... oops, where'd it go? Maybe a fishing vessel or something of that sort. Turn in towards it more. I need to figure out which way it is going. But I think it's going right to left. I just need to confirm that. Then I can work on an intercept course. Turn more. Oh, that might be a little bit too much. Rather 0, please. Yeah, that was a bit too much. Go that way. Okay. Now let's observe. Which way are you going? As my boat settles down in its turn. There we go. You are most definitely going right to left. You seem to be going... I'm not turning anymore, am I? No. You seem to be going pretty fast too. One funnel. Bridge mast funnel. Something about the look of this ship makes alarm bells ring in my mind. Periscope depth. We are diving. That thing doesn't look like a merchant. Did you see the long antenna cables running from the mast to the rear of the ship? That might be a military ship indeed. So we are going down. And we'll take a closer look at that thing. Also listen with our hydrophone. Slow down our engines. And you know what? Raise the observation periscope up. Where are you? There it is, right in front of me. I can just catch a glimpse of it right there. Okay. Let me go to the hydrophone station. We'll have a listen. It's churning up the water, alright. But I really can't tell what it is. Hydrophone, give me your estimation of what we are facing here. Warship, I knew it. Moving fast, moving away. Bearing 355. Okay. So he is out here. He's somewhere out here. And he's moving towards the northeast. Or towards the east. Maybe east-northeast, something like that. Okay. Good to know. So we know now that we have some kind of enemy escort out here. We'll return to our original course and keep closing in with Boston. I'll stay submerged for 15 minutes. Give that thing time to move away. Oh well, that's a start to an episode. Almost picked a fight with the very much wrong target. I would like to know the depth under keel here in this area. The waters are getting more and more shallow as we are closing in with Boston, but I can't ping right now because that could give us away. So we'll have to wait a bit and slowly keep closing in. Let's continue our little adventure. Welcome back. Oh, we just received a radio message. Let's have a look at that first. Just a position report from another submarine. So, I am actually now incredibly close to Boston, but I'm not going any further. I can actually see the Boston lighthouse over there, which is, I believe, on the Brewster Islands. I think that's the Boston Light. But my crew has also spotted an ship out there. Where is it right now? Give me an update. 171. It is right there. There it is. That looks like a small patrol boat. So nothing that is heavily armed, but also nothing that it's worth fighting. And on top of that, the waters where we are incredibly shallow. So it really doesn't pay to try to get any closer to the town itself. I believe that if it wasn't for the fog, that we would actually be able to see Boston, the lights of Boston, but we really can't risk getting closer. Let me have a quick look through the user. 16. Let me see if I can give you a better look at that ship. There it is. You see it? It's like a motorboat. Really small. Just really a small patrol craft. A small speedboat, basically. But still, we are not getting involved with that thing. I turned the boat around. We're heading back out to sea. Next station, it's gonna be, I think we are going here to CA35, and we'll station ourselves somewhere in this area off Cape Cod to catch any shipping that is going around the Cape. I think that might be a good position. But yeah, as I said, the water very shallow, so we really don't want to be here. But it's still, I think it's still quite awesome that we managed to get close to Boston. Quite close to Boston. Lighthouse, right there. I enjoy this very much. I really do. I think this is awesome. I think if we had daylight, we would actually be able to see islands and the coast, and, well, if it wasn't for the fog, I'm sure we would be able to see the lights of the city. But at least it's not as dark as it was the previous night. We don't currently have a moon in the sky. Oops. There was a moon earlier, but it has vanished. Okay. The moon is beyond the horizon already. It was just a quarter moon. Really nothing much to look at. Not giving much light. So the nights are still a bit dark, illuminated by a lighthouse in the distance. But that lighthouse is just a little bit too far away for us to reach. And there's the boat. Okay. We are getting out of here. Welcome back. It looks like we have another warship sighting. Over that way is something on the horizon. Turn that way. I'm currently just cruising off of Cape Cod here, hoping to catch some enemy shipping finally. Merchant shipping, that is. But I think that we have encountered another warship instead. So we'll take a look at that. Where is it? There it is. That's a weird mast structure, I have to say. Is that a crane in the rear? Is this some kind of merchant shipping after all? I don't think it is. What are you? We are diving. Periscope depth.
Auf Seerotiefe gehen.
Man, the hydrophone station. And we'll once again have a listen. There we go. I'm honestly quite surprised how well patrolled the waters seem to be on the American coast up here in the north. Sure, those patrol craft that we do see are very much on the smaller side. We haven't seen any big destroyers or even frigates. But not even corvettes really. So I think if we were to use our deck gun, I think we could win an engagement. But no, it's not worth it. I learned my lesson for now. Okay. We dove down. Hydrophone. Tell me. Oh, you have no contact yet. Okay, let me listen. Chug, chug, chug. Fast chugging. Where's the observation periscope? There you are. What are you? What are you? In any case, you're going right to left across my bow. That means that you are heading northeast. But what are you? Hydrophone, have you picked up the target? It's a warship, okay. 357, yeah, that's it. Moving away, that's good. Hydrophone confirmed that this is indeed a warship. Some kind of patrol vessel. Must be something like a converted fishing boat or something small. Just a coastal ship converted to guard duty, maybe. Maybe even belonging to the US Coast Guard. Not really to the Navy. Well, down periscope. Once again, patrols in these waters. We'll continue on our way. It is in the afternoon now, soon it will be dark. We'll just continue to patrol CA-34 here off Cape Cod and hope that we catch some merchants before my fuel reserves start to run really low. I think once we are closing in on 50% at the latest, I'm gonna move back into this area towards Nova Scotia. That will bring me a few hundred kilometers closer to home. But for now we'll stay in this area right here. So, now we are turning away from this thing, we are heading south. Okay. Another little break in the video before we resume. With hopefully something exciting. Welcome back once again. As you can see, the gloomy weather that we had was just a precursor to a quite big storm that we now have to endure. We are still sailing off Cape Cod. I had to move into deeper waters, away from the Cape and the shallows there. Because, well, the last thing I would want is for one of these waves to smack me into the bottom. So we are moving out to sea. It is the 22nd of January. My god, this patrol has been going on for quite some time already. And we still have all but one of our torpedoes on board. Only 2 sinkings, right? No, wait, wrong thing. 2 sinkings so far. And the last one was on January the 17th. I'm quite shocked at the lack of merchant shipping in the last few days. Very much shocked, because the other U-boat captains, I'm constantly receiving radio messages, they are absolutely killing it, literally, on the US East Coast here. All the way from New York down to Beaufort. This whole area is being... they're just sinking ships left and right. It's crazy. But up here? Nothing? Nothing really? We are just patrolling, hoping to encounter something, but in this weather... oh my god. Bloop, 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 bloop. That was a big wave. Yeah, but in this weather, even if we should encounter something, I'm not sure that we can engage. Oh, damn it. I hope the storm will pass soon. I'm constantly keeping an eye on my fuel reserves and, well, I'm not liking what I see. Sails on the horizon is not a call that I expected, but there we are. There is a sailing ship out there. It is the 23rd of January, in the evening. The sun has set and it's getting dark fast. We are still off Cape Cod. I decided to... well, the storm thankfully has passed during the day. And now the waters are suddenly very calm. Which is probably why this guy decided, hey, I'm gonna go on a trip. But yeah, we are still off Cape Cod, and I've decided to try to sail a little bit further southwest to CA-37 off Newport here. I hope I have enough fuel to make this little journey. But right now, we have to deal with this. What is this? How big is it? Can this be considered a merchant? Do I sink this? Good questions. For now, I will keep heading towards it. And I'll make my decision once I have a better view of this ship. We are approaching it from the dark side. As you can see, the horizon behind us is completely dark, while over there it's still bright. That means it will be almost impossible for them to see us, even if they are alert, which I honestly don't expect them to be. So let me close the distance a bit and we'll take a good look at that thing. It is now getting dark very fast, so let's have a look at him now. As you can see, it is indeed a small sailing yard. And it's not moving. Now that guy is just sitting out there, probably fishing. I mean... how many tons can this be? Just a few dozen? Not a lot, certainly. We are not aiding the war effort in any way if we sink this thing. I'm gonna leave it alone. We are turning away. This thing is just... he's just enjoying enjoying that the storm has passed, that the sea is calm again, and he's just sitting out there, enjoying the breeze, enjoying the waves, and fishing, most likely. Or having fun with his mistress, who knows. We are not gonna peek, we are gonna turn away, and we'll get out of here. I'll just, let me delete this waypoint behind us, and navigator, return us to course. We are resuming our patrol. Oh boy. If only they knew how close they got to a deadly machine of war. We'll keep patrolling. We'll keep patrolling, and I'll keep hoping that we'll find some actual big merchants out here before our fuel reserves force us to head back. Welcome back. There is something in the darkness out there. It is now January the 24th, almost 2 o'clock at night. And out there in the darkness we have a ship, a merchant, a proper one. Finally, turn in. Turn towards it. Let's hope that it is an American ship or a British one, so that we are actually allowed to sink it. And it's good, it's really good timing for the ship, because I had just finished bringing in the torpedo from the external reserves into the aft tube, into the aft reserves. That just finished, just a few minutes ago. There it is. Oh, that seems like a big one. Is it coming my way? Well, then the question is, do I attack submerged or surfaced? Turn right. Prepare the boat for surface attack. It's dark. Moon in the sky? None. No moon in the sky. I think it's dark enough that we can pull this off. Or do I cross its course? Well, let me have a look. I'm not sure. No, I think we'll go in like this. We'll attack it from the side. That will give us the opportunity to close range. I'll fire 2 torpedoes at it. Tubes 2 and 3 will be best suited for this task. And let's hope that this thing is actually not armed. I'll keep an eye on it, but first we need to close the distance a bit. I won't speed up more than this because, well, I really have to conserve fuel, and it's coming my way more or less, so I don't need to go fast right now. We'll need to go fast a little bit later. But I will now have to close the distance. And until we do that... Well, until we do that, I'll put in a little cut. Oh, it's so nice to see that this thing is not escorted. Single merchant out here. We are currently right here. So maybe these are the waters that I should be patrolling off Cape Cod. Maybe if I get too close to Cape Cod into these shallows, or in these more shallow waters, maybe merchant ships don't go through those. But that ship is just off to our side now, so it's basically more or less here. And it's heading this way, northeast. It's sailing to Halifax. That's what's going on. The ships... I don't see any traffic going to Boston right now, but it seems that we do have traffic heading to Halifax. Halifax famously being the place where the convoys are assembled before they head across the Atlantic. So it makes sense for this ship to be heading this way. Okay, let's cut the video And I'll bring you back once I'm a bit closer to that thing. We are getting close. We are getting quite close. So, what I will of course want to do is to get an estimation for this ship's speed. I need to turn a bit. But we are also, while we are closing the distance, we are gonna make it harder for them to spot us by submerging our boat a little bit. So we are going to submerge our decks. I don't want them to detect us at the last moment. I still don't know if they are armed or not. So we have to be a little bit careful. However, they don't look to be armed. I can't see any guns on that thing. The deck is... well, it is pretty visible. It has clear lines. It looks like it is loaded with shipping containers. Length of this ship, I would say about... closer to 150 than it is to 100, so let's maybe go with 140 meters. I'll get a better idea once I have the whole side profile. It might be even longer than that. It might be 150 meters. It's possible. Maybe we'll go with 150 for the speed estimation. Still, if this thing is not armed, we'll be able to get close enough that it doesn't really matter. Tubes 2 and 3, both impact, both medium speed, both at 4 meters. I think 4 meters is... well, let's go a little bit deeper, 4.5. The deeper you go, the bigger the damage that is caused by the torpedo. Explosions at depth are no joke. Switch to salvo. We are gonna go for tubes 2 and 3. Salvo angle 1.5 for now. Will be adjusted later. Yeah, 1.5 is good for now. It's an American ship. I can see the American flag flying there. Nice. That means no problem when we sink it. Our decks are submerged. Yeah, look at that. That's perfect. That's perfect. This is perfect. AOB. I think right now something like this. 50. I'll still be turning most likely, so AOB will have to be changed. Range I'm keeping as is right now, because there are no guns. There really are no guns. This thing is precisely what I had hoped to find on the American East Coast. Start. Lots of cranes. This is a good sized ship. Come on, and stop. Start going that way. What was that? 30 seconds basically. 30 seconds length of the ship. If we go with 150, then it's 10 knots. If we go with 140, then it's 9 knots. Let's go with 9 knots for now. Speed 9. Closing the distance. If I go with 130, then it's 8.5, 120 would be 8. This thing is not 130 meters long. This is longer. I believe so. I believe 140 is a pretty good guess. Don't think it's bigger than that, because we would see a much bigger bow wake being pushed ahead of it if that thing was sailing at something like 11 knots. I think with 9 knots we are good. Still no sign of any guns on that ship. None at all. Turn us more to the left, giving us a bit more time before we need to fire. I can't quite decide on the AOB of this thing. In the darkness it's a little bit difficult to tell. Nine knots. Depth is 4.5. Yeah, we are closing the range very nicely here. Increase salvo spread 2 degrees. Let's go with 2.5. AOB 65-ish. Watch officer, estimation range to target 1400. I'm a bit further away than I would like. We'll keep closing the distance. I wonder if I should go in like a speedboat, surface, run towards it, fire at close range. I don't see any armament at all. None. Zero. You know what, that ship is pretty long. Speed 9.5. Is it? Yeah, let's go with that. Getting close. Range 700. AOB. Might have misjudged the AOB a little bit. Turn a little bit more. Keep closing. This is good. This is good. This is going well. They have no clue that we are here. None at all. I'll wait until AOB 90. Range estimation. Do you agree? Yeah, about a kilometer. I think that we'll be shooting at 700 more or less. So that's a pretty nice bet. AOB will be 90, I think about here. AOB 90. Yeah, good guess. Open the tubes. Increase salvo spread angle 3.5. Torpedoes. Go. Both torpedoes out the tubes. Let's keep heading this way. I'll pass behind it. Or should I turn away from it? No, I'll pass behind it. I don't see the torpedo trails. The torpedoes made a pretty sharp turn here. That leaves me a little bit concerned. The gyro angle, I should maybe have turned in. Well, never mind. 2 detonations, 2 hits. The shockwave reached our boat, but that's fine. 2 detonations, 2 hits. It's perfect. Perfectly spaced. Nice. She's going down. We sank it. Let's turn away before that thing blows. Wouldn't want it to blow up. Oh man, what a sight. What a sight.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ruder 0 Grad.
What a sight indeed. Beautiful. Yeah, we're gonna see more explosions. There's a lot of fire. Okay, since they're going down, surface the boat. Fully surface. This is precisely what I had hoped to find during Operation Drumbeat. A return to the early days of the war, with single merchants being hunted down at night in surface attacks. We didn't have this for a very long time. I'm very glad that we were able to do this. Those were some nice hits too. Very nice hits. It seems that, now that I look at it, I think 9.5 knots was a little bit too much. Maybe 9 knots would have been correct. More explosions. Yeah, they're having a really bad time over there. A really bad time. Look at them. Any lifeboats in the water? Not yet. Well, it was a surprising hit. But this is finally some good Operation Drumbeat stuff. I hope to see more of this. Some nice juicy tonnage. So let's take a quick look. What did we sink here? I mean, we can now even see the stern of the ship, so I guess we could read the name of it. Look up in the registry of ships that we have on board. And it is a medium merchant of 6,784 tons. Nice. At 2 o'clock at night, sunk this thing. Poor guys. Well, now that this thing is sinking, we will soon return to our course. And we'll keep heading into CA38. But maybe I'll just make these waters here my hunting ground. Just southeast of Cape Cod. This could be a good place to be. They are not sinking yet. No guns. No guns at all. Completely unarmed, completely unprepared for the war that they suddenly found themselves in. And this is historical. The United States, when it comes to their navy, to their merchant ships, they were woefully unprepared for a U-boat campaign on their shores. Ridiculously unprepared. And for a long time, not much was done to improve the situation. It's one thing to be surprised by something like this, but it's then a completely different thing to take so long to react to it and to implement good measures to combat this stuff. Oh well, let me know in the comments, those of you who know what I'm talking about with Admiral King and his response to all of this, or his non-response I should say. Is there like a real explanation that is not just he, I don't know, was stupid, or he didn't care, or something like that, or they just didn't want the bad publicity? What was the reason for the very slow response that the presence of German U-boats on American coasts received? Because thinking about it and reading about it, seeing how many merchants were sunk by U-boats in those first few months, it's insane. It's ridiculous. But maybe, I mean, reading just the numbers is one thing, but maybe there's context there that explains the lack of response. You let me know in the comments. For now, we are gonna continue our patrol. But this shall be it for today. Today's episode, well, it was a mixed thing, I guess. A lot of nothing happening, and then suddenly, bam, there's a merchant. And then it did make bam 2 times, with great success. Oh, by the way, I need to start loading torpedoes. I will load 1 steam torpedo, and I will leave tube number 3 empty. I'm doing that because I can then make a quick decision, if I encounter something, to load another steam torpedo, which doesn't take too long, or to pull out the other torpedoes and load a full salvo of electric ones, of steam torpedoes, excuse me. I can just switch a little bit quicker with 1 tube empty. I can also make the decision much quicker to, you know, use a magnetic detonator, because at this point in the war we still can't really switch from impact to magnetic without switching out the detonator on the torpedo itself, on the front of the torpedo. That means that if you wanted to switch from magnetic to impact or otherwise, you would have to pull out the whole torpedo out of its tube and take off the detonator that's on there and screw on the other one, and then put the torpedo back into the tube and make it ready to fire. It's a very involved process. It's gonna be a little bit more time before the detonator becomes available that could just be switched with a simple switch while the torpedo is loaded into the tube. At this point in the war, no. It's taking a little bit more time than that. And that thing is slowly starting to sink. Nice. I don't see any lifeboats. That's a little bit concerning for the crew. Maybe they are still putting them to water. Maybe they are still trying to fight this, whatever is happening up over there, but that fire is way out of control, and the flooding too. They better get off the ship really fast. It's better for them. So, we'll go ahead, we'll continue our patrol, and I want to thank you very much for watching today's episode. I do hope that you have enjoyed it, and I do hope that you'll continue to enjoy Operation Drumbeat. Until next time, have some really great days, and Goodbye.